I guess I'm on a roll today. Driving down the road and I see some kids on a trampoline wrestling. Now this is something that's really pissing me off because these kids act like they're professionals. Now I've done a little bit of stuff, not much, but I have been inside of a ring and picked up very, very few things, but enough to know that these kids are idiots and have no clue what's going on. And when they break their neck, the entire industry of wrestling, Vince McMahon, well, I could live without. He's scrutinized because kids are picking this up. But here's a little bit of a sidetrack. Why is it that if a kid hurts himself, it's always wrestling that gets the shit and Vince that gets the shit, but never UFC? Why is it that if someone's wrestling and hurts themselves and breaks their neck and dies, it's wrestling's fault? But if someone gets into a bar fight and locks in like a triangle chokehold and kills the guy, UFC, you don't hear anything about the UFC, which I love the UFC. It's good stuff. But these kids are idiots. They're running around acting like they actually know what they're doing, and that pisses me off. And part of me wants to stop them and smack them in the face with a salmon, with a wet fish. Because I'll be honest with you, I used to do it. I used to all the time. That was like the big thing amongst me and 5 or 6 of my friends. We even tried to start our own, backyard wrestling federation. But then I kind of grew out of it, thank God, because I did so much stupid stuff, getting smacked in the face with 2x4s, jumping off porches, onto someone. The guy moves and I go through a table. I actually once jumped off of someone's back porch and tried to do a Macho Man elbow. But the guy, I miscalculated how close the guy was, and I ended up going through the metal doors that cover the outside basement. Those metal doors. And a night doesn't go by that I don't wake up at 4 a.m. with pain in my shoulders. A day doesn't go by that I wish I could, have knee replacement surgery just because it aches all the time. And if I could say one thing to these guys, it would be stop it. Just stop it. You're young. You feel invincible. Chances are if something happens, you're just going to come right back from it in another month or two and keep going. And you want to look cool in front of your friends, and you want to videotape it and do this and do that. You want to put it on YouTube like I do with these. But listen, nothing good's going to come of it. Vince isn't going to say, well, this guy can wrestle on a trampoline, let's sign him. I understand it's something you love, but love it in some other way. I go to independent wrestling shows. I support the indies. I go to Raw and whatnot if they come to the area. I support it. I love it. I went and met Mick Foley. I love wrestling. But if there's one thing I learned, nothing good comes out of backyard wrestling. Sure, a trampoline is a lot better than what I had because I had cold hard concrete and a fence, a metal steel fence. Luckily, there's a little bit of grass, but a trampoline is better, and I'll give you that credit, but just stop. For the love of everyone, stop, because when someone gets hurt, you do more damage to the wrestling business than you could ever do supporting it. That's it. Just stop.